Hey guys, it's Mrs. Hooven
and Mrs. Dahl, and we're back to talk about Foursquare writing, this time the conclusion.
And you know, the concluding paragraph is really, really important. It is your final paragraph. It is your final chance to bring home that message to the reader. And you want to use it for summary and then just finally emphasize your main idea. Okay?
Yep. One really big deal in this is it's a summary of what you've already said that does not include any new information. You can't come up with new points, new opinions. It's got to be things that you've already talked about in your body paragraphs.
Right.
So, super important.
And as important as it is, it's also really simple because here's what the final paragraph contains. It starts off with a wrap-up sentence. Hey, we've been writing wrap-up sentences all along. You guys are great at that. And it starts with one of those red connecting words. That's going to help transition us to the very last paragraph. Okay? Yep. But notice what we've put here in blue. You want to then summarize each reason. Just maybe a sentence to summarize each one of your 3 reasons that you've used in the essay.
So I know when I'm writing and I get to my conclusion, I actually go back to my first body paragraph and I read it and decide if I had to put the most important information in one sentence, how would I do it?
Right.
And that's kind of where I go with that, and then I go to the next paragraph.
Right.
So that's what I do as a writer.
And you just want to, you don't want to pick a sentence from that first paragraph.
Nope.
You want to write a summary in your own words, but you don't want to add new information. So important not to add in new information.
It just feels weird to summarize your own words, but that's what you're doing.
It does. And then the second thing in a final paragraph is some kind of, we're going to call them a zinger, okay? It can be a reflective sentence about something about you're thinking about, a question, an exclamation, or even some other kind of zinger. And you know what? There's a whole list of them here. Next page.
And just like we talked about in our introductions, that you want your zinger to match the tone of your paper. So if you're choosing, if the tone of your paper is serious, then you want to choose an ending that is a zinger that is serious.
Yeah, kind of thoughtful and serious.
Yeah. And of course with the meatballs and spaghetti meal, that one's more fun, and so more of lighthearted tone.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to use, is a more lighthearted zinger at the end to finalize it.
And you can see all kinds of examples that use that spaghetti and meatballs example that we've been using. All kinds of different zingers you can use right here. I want you to take a minute, just stop the tape, look through these, take a look at the different ones. You might jot some down, or you may even add this to your notebook.
Yep. All right, let's see it in action here. Let's look at our conclusion. You can see still we've got our completed Foursquare here, and we've written all of our paragraphs, and then we've got our final deal here. So
yeah, and in that one step when we added the connecting words, here's the connecting words we chose, remember? So you can see that was the red puzzle piece. And so that's going to start off our concluding paragraph, that transition into that last paragraph. So you can see.
Yep.
My favorite meal is spaghetti and meatballs because it's easy to make, fun to eat, and delicious. So you can see that when they wrote this conclusion, they used the wrap-up sentence, but they combined it. They started off with that transition word, that puzzle piece, set of words.
And then we're going to jump into that summary piece. So what we did was we looked here at our first box and kind of looked at, okay, what was our main point? And so we put it into our own words. Making spaghetti and meatballs is easy. It can be done in just a few simple steps.
Yeah, just a sentence or two, summarizing that first paragraph, that first box.
And then we moved into our second box. There are all kinds of ways to make it fun to eat. The ingredients make it a delicious meal anytime. I jumped right into the third one. Right. So you can see that really we put these boxes into a sentence or two summary of the main points. Because remember, the whole goal of our conclusion is to get our message home. It's our one last chance to make sure our readers know what we're trying to say. And then our zinger.
And here's our zinger, kind of a little reflection. And then I think my mom is making some tonight, and a question. Would you like to come over for dinner?
Yep.
So a neat way to end, a good wrap-up of the whole entire writing piece. And hey, we're done with the writing piece then.
Yep. And now you get to try it. See you soon.